on a plane, taking me to a place where I can be myself. Put my heart at ease and my mind in a state where I can. Everybody want to. You could find me from there, living a fantasy. This feel like my one day.
Good morning, Grenada. Good morning, world. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the show. We're up and running again. It is Tuesday, August 6th. I hope everybody's well. We're on our way to Spice Mass 2024. We're looking good. We're feeling good. And of course, the vibe and pace, it's intensifying. Tomorrow we're getting ready for pre-day, D-Day. It's gonna be crazy. So we're looking forward to an awesome pre-day tomorrow. And boy, when I tell you Grenada is heavy right now, a lot of you are here. Trust and believe it is heavy, right? So many of you home for the mass. Good to have you home. They're out and about. Day cruise, night cruise, morning cruise. Fat. That's the word right now. So if you're not able, stay home, alright? Do like me, don't force yourself. I've reached a stage where I'm not forcing myself. I'm picking and choose where I put my body this season. I'm not about to burn myself out until I can feel, I can see, I can do nada. No. I've had enough of carnivals, and I don't have to be everywhere. I've been outside. Killer days this evening, Tuesday. So tomorrow it's pre-day. Then on Thursday it is Majestic Thursday. So busy week. Friday, fantastic Friday, back on Friday. So we're busy. Good morning, everybody coming in the room. Skinny Banton is our guest today, and yes, we have a lot to talk about. But first, I gotta clear some. I have to talk about a couple things before I do anything else. Y'all, please share the live. The Grenada is leaning right now. It's heavy, I'm telling you. The airlines are coming down dragging because our color, we don't know how to travel light. Y'all have bag on back. They always say one small personal item and a carry-on. You all have a big transport or a big backpack. Plus you all have bag in hand with still plastic bag or shopping bag. And all you still have carry-on. And all you still have 2-piece plus the extra piece. So I'm seeing a lot of people complaining they're not getting their luggage. What do y'all expect? It's too heavy. Y'all don't know how to pack. Like, plus you're overweight. So you're not going to get your bag. You have to pack smart. Some of the things you know you're going to need for at least 2-3 days. Put an outfit, a change of outfit, at least 3 days outfit, underwear and stuff in your carry-on. And not one side of shoe in your carry-on, one in your other suitcase. It's not gonna happen. You have to pack smart and hold on to your carry-on. You know, they come around and ask, anybody want to check in their carry-on for free? No, I hold on to my carry-on for dear life. Because a lot of the times my carry-on is heavier than my actual suitcase. So, that's the trick. So those of you who've not gotten your luggages yet, I hope you will soon, but all for now, it's not looking good because the flights are coming down filled to capacity, alright? So yeah, no more red. You can call me Spice. You say change is good, right? And I think I'm over the red season. Time to, you know, get on my big woman-ish. The red was a time of my life when I needed to assert myself on my position and my strength. I think I've achieved that. I think I'm in a better place now. So out with the old, in with the new, and we're spicy right now. Call me Cajun. Marisha, morning. They're starting to put food in their carry-on. Whatever they're starting to do, it's not working. Y'all need to put clothing for at least 3 days, clean underwear, especially. Boxers. Carry through for at least 3 days, alright? Only come on the live, share the live. There's 100 plus of all you here. Don't let me end this live and see 30 something shares. There's 100 and something plus. I didn't send you all nowhere. We had Carabana, we had Copova, we had Waspet on Sunday. Some of y'all probably limping to work this morning. All your bottom lip still hanging because y'all don't know moderation. That is not my problem. We gotta work. There's still work amidst the madness. Don't follow all your family and friends who come here on vacation and all over the place like they ain't had no sense. Y'all still had to go to work. You still have to check in. So, get it together. I thank you. Anyways, so I have one little issue before we 11:15 we're gonna bring in the artist. I have one issue that I saw on social media, and it is to do with Superfly and Flint. Y'all know how I feel about Flint, right? And I think Flint is one of the sweetest persons you can find. He's always, you can just tell Flint, Flint, having something, come and check me. And Flint will show up and not look or ask for anything in return. Now, I saw a message on social media circulating which says, to all the artists preaching love is a bunch of fake people. Imagine Super attended all your events, gave free performance with the agreement y'all will perform at his event in return, and not even one artist showed up at his event, with the exception of 2 blacks. Of course, 2 blacks will be there. They were here on Saturday. So the person says all the gas and sleepless nights traveling to the end of the island night after night, lost sleep, lost his voice when he should be resting for competition. Hope you all have the payment available for all his performance. A verbal agreement still stands. Can't keep a good man down. Bigger opportunities. That's what I keep telling all you. You're not no friend in business. All they like to watch our friend. Ain't not no friend in business. Singing is a job. If a man wants you on the show, artist or no artist, that is your price. He could book you, he could book you. He can't. Y'all like to watch our friends and let me do. No, we had to stop do this blind thing, because everybody would not treat you the way you would treat them. And there's a thing called, at least you would think, okay, he did that and having his event, the principle. Even if you can't make it, say something. I think I saw Natty put up a post apologizing because of Wasfet and him being super tired, etc. I can give you that for now, Natty. The fact that you owned up to it and you apologize. But still, even if it's a 30 minutes and take a speedboat and go back on land. So just give him a touch. Just give him, and I'm really, really disappointed. I am highly, highly disappointed because he deserves better. Anybody could call Flint at any time of the day, night, whatever. And he's there. He's available. We don't treat people like that. And I'm super, super disappointed with all the artists whose stage has been on, performing, and y'all didn't even see fit to at least give him a blind. Just touch the mic and go. You even have to stay on the boat if you didn't want to stay, but touch the mic and go. And if I were him, I would be hurt, and yes, you have to pay me. Because if the man consider you like that, an artist to an artist, brethren to a brethren, we cool like that, that was not nice at all, all right? That was not nice. So all the artists, you know yourselves, I'm not sure who it is, you know yourselves, whoever stage he was on performing for free with the agreement that you would return the favor and y'all did not show up, that is blatant disrespect. Blatant disrespect and disregard for another person. And it's time we do better. And if we can't, you know what, that's why I say this one amounting, anything I do now, I want it on paper. Because I realize how we stay here, I don't friend in business one, and anything we do it, I want it in writing. I want an agreement. But it really, really broke my heart. Because Flint, he don't do anything halfway. Even if the man come and perform for free, you would swear he getting paid. The amount of energy he puts into his performance, you would swear he's getting paid. The amount of energy he puts into every performance. He doesn't give anybody watered-down performance a halfway or 5%. You get 100 from Flint. I don't like that at all. That's not nice, all right? And we can do better. So y'all made y'all money, did whatever y'all did, and now his turn to do a little something, considering what's happening in Carriacou, considering that people have lost everything. Now more than ever was the time to support him. And y'all, no bueno. That's not nice, all right? So to whoever it was, all I'm gonna say to you is, do better, okay? Rest my case. All right. Yeah. Let me start the juvenile. My friend, morning. Put on your headphone now. Were you texting there? Skinny Banton is in the building. I might just say, you're the first artist who came by and bought me a malt and chocolate. Thank you very much. So you're a gentleman. Your mother bring you up right. First artist. Just put up the mic for me. Put it up this way. Just turn the mic itself, not the arm handle. Yeah. Just put it up like, yeah, right. Come a little closer. so you hear me
I like
better.
how you say that. Come on, come closer.
I'll bring this down now. All right, you hearing me?
Yeah.
Fine, perfect. So Skinny Banton is my guest this morning inside the room. It's been a while. We've had to make this link up, but finally, let's say no bad breeze blow. So he's here with me this morning. I was like, when I messaged you, I thought you were here. Then I saw you on a live. Is it Barbados you are? Antigua? Where were
I
you?
was in St. Kitts at the
St.
moment.
Kitts.
Yeah.
Oh, St. Kitts. I was wondering where you were because I saw somebody, some show was live. I was scrolling through and I bounced up on a live and you were on stage. And I'm like, wait there. I'm like, okay, well, I hope you make it in time.
Come on.
You're good though. What's up? What's good? What's good?
Yeah, blessed morning to everybody who locked on to Power FM. Blessed morning to everybody who locked on to Carriacou, Pity Matnik, and the Fag Grenadines, Bakeway, Mustic, Myro, Canawan, Union Island. Turn up the radio loud. Tell your neighbor to tune in. Tell them to turn it up loud because right now in Carnival mode, Spice Mass 2024, and I'm here with Aruna. So we're gonna make it nice this morning.
Yeah, man. And you're one who have no filter, and that's what I like about you. You say it. You listen. You take no prisoners. It is what it is. You know. At the end of the day, like you said, like Twiggy, you're a businessman. You know, you're in the business for friend.
I come on. And I mean, I just wish Super Feeling could get over that bad feeling and try to see it for what it is and take business a little more serious next time. You know, sometimes you can't really blame people for your fault, and then when you doesn't know something when you're new. And nobody really educates you, or you doesn't seek the knowledge, you end up making choices that would affect you as well. But what I would say is, to whoever make this statement, thanks for enlightening us. And you know, as a public, we would see with it based on where energy is concerned. And to Super Flint, you gotta stay strong and stay motivated because it also worked out in your favor where you had enough platform to showcase yourself. You know what I mean? So you just gotta keep it real, keep it positive.
So you know what to do next. What I always say, you know what to do next time. You
Come
know
on.
what to do next time. Pen and paper, black and white. Yeah? No come and do a thing for me and you do a thing. No. Let's have that in writing. Exactly what our expectations are.
But funny enough, you're saying that, Aruna. Me, my experience in Grenada, I don't think that how could I put it? The movement of soca music in Grenada, I don't think that they take business serious. Individual artists may make a step out of the box to take their own responsibilities, but in general, I feel like we lack in the knowledge of how the business is done, how it should be done, why it should be done, and accept it for what it is. Because a lot of time, money is sensitive. So when you give a man a price, he kind of, I want the money, you want the money. Let me be real. So
We all want the money.
sometimes you feel like, boy, Skinny want $3,000, boy, that kind of too much. But then the reality is, I had to pay for gas for my car. I had to buy an outfit for the night. You don't expect me to show up on your stage looking like every day. You know what I mean?
You have to fix your hair.
Yeah. You know, there's little things that come up costing that lead up to that one
You have to
moment.
pay for your time. You have to pay for your music. You have to pay for your talent.
And then you're actually making reservation to be available at a particular date. Like, I put my life on hold for the 13th of June, or I put my life on hold for the 15th of September. That is something I like. Imagine you making time for months ahead. You don't know where I'm supposed to be or what I'm supposed to do. But remember, I make time for you. So you are responsible for making sure that I'm compensated for time made. But a lot of people don't see it like that. They only see you in the present moment of when you walk through the gate, when you hold the mic, you walk up the stage, you do your thing and you walk back down. And that is it. They don't see where it stems from of getting yourself organized, getting yourself there, making sure, because sometimes you have companies with you. They may need a water to drink. Somebody may need, you know what I'm saying? So it's little things like that. So I think in the bigger aspect, we need to get a little more together, united, and understand the business, or teach ourselves the business, or try to take a pattern from somebody who established in the business and create a path where we could be a little more stress-free in terms of having to throw word for each other because you owe me a favor and I come and do a favor for you, and you know what I mean? It doesn't look good on the wider market. It come like a crab in barrel on the island, and the wider market looking in, who's seeing doesn't see the unity when we post these things.
You know, I always refer to you as a black sheep of soca because it's like you're a one-man army. You stand alone. You stand on the side of how you feel and the truth. You know, you, like I said, you don't take any prisoners. But for years you've been here, and you're no stranger to music. You've given us a lot of music over the years, a lot of hits over the years. This year, again, another big year for you. Several songs in rotation. How do you keep it going? How do you stay motivated despite everything that I just mentioned?
Well, my motivation is the love I have for music. You know, I started at a tender age where liking music was just that. You know what I mean? Creating music become a joy when you know how to create it, how it's done, and how to make it complete and sung the way it's supposed to. So that become a next motivation because after you do the song and you record it and you go back and you play it back and you listen to them, it's like, yo, I sing that boy. Like it. So it becomes self-motivation in your own little vibe, you know? Then when you enter the market, there becomes a battle. And I think the battle also help, you know, if you're not strong enough, you could fade away based on the things you encounter. And saying that, I want to big up
You forget.
okay, look, I want to jump. Let me not jump ahead of myself because every artist needs to be big up. I just kind of had to pause myself for a minute. But yeah, there's artists who I see going at it the same way from a long time ago and still who has made finals for the first time, you know. Well, to be honest, I want to big up Juice because I remember from the days of CC6 Knockout. I remember the days of,
Juice been juicing.
you know what I'm saying? And I've been there.
Juice been squeezing for years.
And I could see somebody who is very determined, and I know he keep his positiveness every year. Whether he make it or not, he come online and he say what he need to say in terms of, well, he didn't seem like the judge was pleased. I try my best. Right? He never got negative. I never see a moment where he was, you know, and these things like that. So with me, watching that, I could only stay motivated to the little achievement that I have so far because, I mean, coming from that far to now and avoiding the odds is the best thing that could happen.
Agreed. Remember, guys, we're inside the Ladies' Room Carnival Edition. We're powered up by Beacon Insurance, Carib, and of course, Dermamed Western Union. They're making it possible. Thank you so much for powering up on this Tuesday, counting down to Spice Mass 2024. Now, I want to ask you this because this is a conversation we've also had, and I also saw two other artists, Loose Cannon, a couple days ago, you know, venting about having music, putting out a lot of music, but somehow can't get booked for events or shows, and every year to them it's an investment. It's money they take out of their pocket to record their songs. They hear it on the radio, but somehow promoters don't seem to think that they're capable of adding to their event. And that is something you also had issues with a couple of years ago when we had our last conversation. What is your take on that now?
With bookings, right? Well, it boiled down to the same thing we started talking about in terms of how the business is done in Grenada. I was having this conversation and somebody asked me what I think about the decision making with Spice Mass allowing or limiting international artists. First, I was a bit kind of scattered mind because I know the campaign was, you know, we need to hear more local artists on the street, we need more local music, more local this one. I understand, we try to separate the international and, you know, we had all these different arguments. But what I come to realize is our own artists, based on the comments and argument online, they doesn't even see themselves as international.
Really?
Well, if you're comparing yourself, when you're making your statement, if you're throwing word for somebody like why the international artist has to come or why then who are you?
Who are you? That's a good point.
Because
How do you see yourself in this space?
at the same time, while other carnival are happening, especially Trinidad, 90% of the time, no events in Trinidad don't have no outside artists. Unless we go down there for extra promotion or to be a part of Soca Monarch. You don't really see Nadia bringing somebody from outside for her event or Patrice bringing somebody from outside for her event unless they have a collab or unless that relationship become friendly like Voice and Wasface or Vod and Wasface. I mean, you know, likewise. But in that international realm to say, okay, we have to get the artist from outside to make we event great. That don't happen
don't
over
see
there.
that.
You get what I'm saying? So how about we use that time and space now to say, okay, they doesn't consider the international artists no more. So now we need to develop ourselves. We need to set a different standard of budget because now you don't have to pay an international artist no more. You doesn't have to pay hotel. You doesn't have to pay taxi. You doesn't have to pay. So at least you could squeeze me an extra $1,000 as an artist in Grenada and make me develop my thing where I could be able to pay for my website, pay for my promotional distribution, pay for my publishing, and make my presence look way more international and marketable. But the approach wasn't even in that aspect, you know what I mean? So that's just for me looking in from outside. So getting bookings in Grenada, a lot of times I feel like it becomes so favorish. If you're not a friend of a friend, then you just don't get no show. And I come to realize with Superfluent experience, he has no friend in Grenada. Superfluent, your friends are in Carriacou. I personally doesn't have an official show in Grenada after all these years because I feel the same way in my own space. I had an event in Fantasia in 2019 and 75 of the persons I invited didn't show up. And the people who I did not invite, which I want to big up Khalifa and big up Mad Russian because they made the event what it was at that time and then mash it up. Big up Jab King Full 100 because he was one of the many who was asked to show up and he did show up. But there was others who I chill with them, I drink with them, I lime with them.
You like something.
We make hypocrite together, but they didn't show up. You know what I'm saying? So I think it become very friend and favorish in Grenada. So to lose Canada, I mean, we been there and we understand. I just feel like now it's time to establish your own grounds where you probably have to create your own event as everybody doing because we no longer could depend on Caribou Show. That is not a thing. We no longer could depend on CC6 Knockout. That is not a thing.
Those are the things that really highlight
this is the things that, well, this is the thing that showcased me, to be honest. You know what I mean? I never had the opportunities on being on major big events like the Pure White and all this. I mean, you had 1 or 2 times, but where you would feel like you want to constantly be there. It didn't happen so. So what I do is utilize the grounds where was available to me and I make the best of it.
So do you think that the kayak artists, the Carriacou artists don't get a fair play?
Well, I wouldn't say they don't get a fair play because presently Shotbury is still a 3-time crown holder. So is that unfair?
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? Golden came second. Just
No, I mean, apart from competition, I mean, that's competition-wise, but in terms of embracing them, and now I've seen Flint work really hard over the years, and he's like, from since last year to this year, it's like he's really, really made an impact in Grenada. And we're saying Grenada, Carriacou, Petit Martinique, we're all one, but sometimes you can't help but notice the divide. It's like, okay, there's a kayak artist, and there's a Grenadian artist. Why can't just be artists?
Well, you see, no, because it boiled down to how this market is as well. Because when you go to other place, right? We don't want to be comparing every time, but let we use St. Vincent for example. On the night of St. Vincent's Unkamonak, when the MC introduced the artist, the MC do be saying from Sion Hill, or from Georgetown, or from Leeward. When you're in Socamonac in Trinidad, you don't hear artists get introduced straight out of Harima, straight out of Sandy Gandhi. But in Grenada, it's a mental separation because the MC themselves pick side and they introduce the artist based on hype of the environment that you come from. So everybody from Krong City wait for that moment. Everybody from St. David's wait for that moment. But Carriacou can wait for a moment because we are not enough. So then it could look separated. It could feel separated. In a room altogether, it also could be separated because we doesn't embrace each other as artists. We embrace each other based on where you're from. You're from country, from Krong City. You'll find these guys liming in alcohol way differently based on Carriacou, St. David's. You'll find Dirty Life and most of them on the whole liquor vibe. When we're in the same space here, we show love because we have no choice. But it's not a love that is rooted and grounded for unity and upliftment under one umbrella. That's how I see it.
Now, over the years, unification of artists is something we've been preaching, we've been longing, we've been talking, we've seen start, stop, artists association, artists coming together, but it never seemed to be cohesive. It never seems to be something that's there for the long haul. Do you think that works in the favor or against artists generally? Carriacou, wherever you're from, Grenada, whatever.
Well, it would work if we take it serious. Because it's all about seriousness. It's all about how rules are applied and how you stand by your rule. For example, the first night of preliminaries, they didn't have a live, right? And people went on Facebook ranting. And the next night they had a live. Why? because they break the rule. If the rule is to not have a life, we're not having a life. I don't care if 10,000 people on Facebook want to bomb the gum. Them are not in the office to make that decision. When the police put a red light by the road and the red light turn red, you stop, right? Because that is the rule. Okay, put it this way. Now we go live with preliminaries, and we have 90%, 95% of garbage circling online, representing Grenada. Yes, it's a laugh. Yes, it's a joke. But where the market is concerned, how presentable is that among the other countries? And on the night where you're supposed to take considerate content, professional content, good content and showcase, nobody showcased that. So you have all the preliminary guys circling online like they are the stars of Grenada. And the people who went to finals or semi-finals just the other day, you can't really see anything circling of them. So what are we marketing? You know what I mean? So it just boils down to the seriousness of rules. So if we have an artist organization, the person who created, whether the chairman, the president, or they have to stand by their word. And I feel a lot of time they do it and they doesn't. So it's like we do it today, this is the rule. And because one guy come and he feel like, wait, while you're forcing me there, boy. You bend the rule to uphold he energy. And then our next guy come on a different complaint. You bend the rule to accept he ways. And then you just find yourself bending the rule till there's no rule to be bent. It's like, nothing makes sense.
So, because what they did, the night was it was recorded and shown the next night. So for night one, they were shown on night two. Night two prelims were shown on night three. Night three was shown on the next night, and so on and so forth. So that's something we never had. It was new basically because throughout the years every preliminary was broadcasted live. So you saw the good, bad, ugly, not so good, not so bad. You saw everything on the stage. But getting back, it wasn't live. It was pre-recorded and then they showed it back for the viewing audience. So you saw it after the fact. I had my issues with that too because to me, best you do it or not at all. But it is what it is. Happened, went, and here we are now. But I want to get your actual thoughts itself on the issue of unity and artists seemingly not joining together for a cause when it's necessary. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I would have feel when Beryl passed, I would have been embraced as a karaoke artist where we could create enough fundraiser. I mean, it's real. And no one man could fix karaoke. Or no one show could fix karaoke. No one donation could fix karaoke. No one boatload could fix karaoke. That is a continuous effort which would take 3 to 4 years. So if you see me having shows in the next 2 months saying karaoke fund relief, don't bash me and feel like I try to make money for myself. I real to this. But in unity aspect, I just feel like when Beryl Pass, I see an artist post a thing. Yo, let's do a thing for karaoke now, boy, and I watch that post like, if you have to do something for karaoke, I don't feel like the right approach. You know? And reaching out to this artist, sometimes they ignore you bluntly, like.
I tell you the black sheep already.
So, I mean, I've been real. I'm still waiting on a call back on a particular individual, which has been a week now. But say what, you're a big man. I only could judge your actions. So, whenever I say what I say, who feel offended is only on your action partner. It's what it is. I could only say what I see. You know? But the unity is not there, and I think it boils down to Soca Monarch. It boils down to the size of the country, and then it boils down to how the rules is applied. So, Soca Monarch is competition, and artists become competitive in that moment. But when Soca Monarch is over, I feel like the artists stay competitive. So everybody walk around with this ego like, I am the guy. I am the only guy. I will always be that guy. And it's hard to merge myself with any other guy. You know what I'm saying? And then even if you have more knowledge than them and try to show them like, yo, this could be done a better way, the ego are so high that the ears become blocked to the advice, whether it's good or bad. And I could take it from the highest level because I show love to everybody, Aruna. When I came here, I had no friends. I thought music was love. And as I drop on the carnage, I would have roamed the carnage until I reached Sutter. I would have checked everybody. I'm being honest. And the kind of energy I get in return from these individuals is very, very, very low in terms of.
But why though?
I can't speak for them. I could only speak for myself.
So from your point of view, because you're cool. I mean, at the end of the day, you're outspoken, you're opinionated, and which is your right. But apart from that,
what I observed from the early times, I feel like a lot of artists wasn't real. So they play you. Especially you wanting a collab or you wanting to do a song with them. Because I give rhythm to artists already and I give song to artists already. And the way they play me, if I was to walk and talk about it, the public would feel like, hey, the artist too big for that. Like, the artist is a big artist. Who is Skinny Banton to say that? So a lot of time I keep my disappointment to myself. Because as I say, there's not much people in Karaku to quarrel for me on my behalf. So it's like me alone fighting my battles, right? But if I go to call this artist's name, people would feel like, nah, that kind of impossible because you wouldn't expect that from these guys. You know what I'm saying? So instead of me coming and talk about it and create all this laba melee, I just take away myself and I just lead them to be one by one. And if you check,
a lot of times you're like the troublemaker because it's like when you're in school or you're in a workplace, right? There are issues in the workplace and we will mumble and grumble amongst ourselves.
But I will stand up and tell the manager
we won't say anything, all right? But when there is a meeting now and management says, okay, anybody have anything to say regarding the running of the business? Anybody has any complaints, any issues? Everybody sits quiet. Now you now stand up and say, okay, well, on behalf of us, and then you realize everybody's looking at
yeah.
Like,
but not no involvement in that now.
I don't know about that. It's like now you're on your own. You know, they will come to you, complain because you might be the one who probably has more confidence. You speak up more, and you're thinking, all right, so we're going into the meeting, right? So everybody, hammer back. We got this. All right, we go back here. Now you're going and now you're looking as a troublemaker now.
No, I see. I often see.
Is that something that you feel?
I always see it. It happened. It always happened. It just happened the other day. I saw it happen back then with Short Free when they had to match for their monies. Back then, I saw it happen. I heard conversation and I was invited to go march and protest. And I see who fade away, who stand, and all this different stuff. So as I say, where the unity is concerned, I don't know if it's because of the size of the island. It's like we know each other and we know where we stand with certain people. So we play up on that and take advantage on them until, because there's artists, there's big artists, big name artists who do the most ridiculous thing to small name artists. But because their name are big, when we complain, we tend to sound like, oh, we jealous them, or we hate them, or we bad mind them. Instead of you seeing the reality that that guy is only human and he have the ability to be that person too.
Let me read a couple comments. Kim says there's a hierarchy in the industry, Grenada, so there's ego, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but the hierarchy has some thinking the rules don't apply to them or they're bigger than the people, but the entertainment industry is fragile up to today. Sheldon Douglas tomorrow. I want to have him for my friend. I want up to the Sheldon Douglas tomorrow. Mr. Legs morning. He says my Grenadian brothers artists are the hardest to deal with. Some of them, the headache I go through just for strength sometimes. Okay, so I guess it's not a skinny thing. It's a thing.
But then it's who choose to speak about it. You see the difference? You will get the comments now, but in reality, it been like that. Let me just use this as an example. Let me use the Grenada Independent Concert as an example. When I was invited to Grenada Independent Concert, I was sent a time sheet. And I show up on time where my time show on that sheet. And I watch all the ambassadors disrespect the independence organization by showing up when they want, acting how they want, behaving how they want, and choosing to go on stage when they want. So,
but there's a backstage manager at these events. And if you're slated to appear at a time, that's your time.
Yeah, backstage friends, man. There's no manager. All of them play the same role, from sponsors to managers to corporations to all of them in position play the same role. Whether chairman, secretary, we're not seeing them, so we feel like, yeah, but they are playing the same role. I'm experienced enough, I've been around long enough, and I see all the shenanigans.
Sometimes I read your post and your message and I'm like, aren't you afraid of being like blacklisted?
I already blacklisted.
You get blacklisted
I've been blacklisted since 2012.
For what reason?
For speaking my mind. 2012 Boise win, so come on, They give Lava Man the crown with Psycho for doing nothing. Boise win with Born Troublesome. That was plain. Vibes International, Wayne Green, Mr. Garvey. There's a lot of guys who play mind game with people. They take initiative in making sure half of the performance didn't went well. My performance, my intro video was lined up. She laughed. I have so much to say. I've been blacklisted. Like, I don't care. That's the reason why I does not show up. I'm not on no show in Grenada. The only show I be on is 3-day. And I respect Alpri because I remember begging Alpri as a child and he tell me, yo, my car's full right now. And when I present my song and he realized that I'm capable of doing it, he came back and showed me, yo, father, anytime you're ready. You know what I'm saying? And I give respect to Talpri as the king of soca in Grenada, as the Jab king, and as Grenada only ambassador. These other guys are just playing themselves and acting with the front like...
Somebody say you told Cat Williams this one.
Bro, it's what it is.
Cat Williams, trust and believe. Skinny don't, I told you all from start, Skinny don't hold no prisoners. Skinny says that is his. That's why I said he's a black sheep.
I ain't finished yet though.
Go ahead.
But after they do that, Vibes International was one of the main players, and he disappeared now. I could say a lot, but he disappeared. Just imagine you disappear. When last you hear Vibes International?
I don't know Vibes in a minute.
Okay, and Vibes disappear in a way that Boise was brave enough to just take his name, Madras. Like, how? How?
Yeah, Vibes International was a Madras.
That would be real. Who is the real Madras?
Yeah, Vibes was
A little want me to start to talk this morning, man. But I'm just saying this to say they all play the same game. So after they give Lava Man the crown for doing nothing, the next year they come and comfort Boise with a crown because we were supposed to crown her last year and we didn't crown you, so we sorry. We come and we give you the crown with Mass on the plane. Mass will play on plane, you have to wear seatbelt. You can't, let me be real. You give him the crown and then you just come and give him the road match because we apologize. The road match was blacker than one with Holy with Jamin. Let me be real. Let me be real.
This is Cat Williams or soca. Listen to all the mistakes this morning.
So I've been blacklisted. Aruna, like I had no show here last year. I had no show here before.
You wasn't here last year?
I was here. I was playing mass like a fan, like everybody else. You feel I be bothered? When I get booked and I leave, I get paid. When I'm great, I had to beg people. But you depend on
Grenadian booking because you were just in St. Lucia yourself?
Well,
where you
I can't depend on Grenada. Let me look at the bigger picture.
Where you were?
I was in St. Kitts.
St. Kitts.
Then I went to Nevis. We had the 50th independence. Well, they consider it emancipation. And then I went to Antigua for a breakfast party Sunday morning.
And here you are Tuesday. So you're flying, you're in Nevis to little easy down here?
But it's not, we need it. You have to dance here before you dance abroad. We need it. But it's how their mind work.
So you keep skinny for
I remember Chubby presenting Jab Fest for me in 2014 with Saltfish. This is the thing I would say because I want the young artists to understand. It's a whole mind game. It's been playing. I've been blacklisted, so if they want to further into it, and it's up to them. But he reached the point where Skinny Banton is what it is. But I get an offer to be a part of an event where we could discuss this behind closed doors, but in public places, this is how it gonna look. And I was like, wow.
So we say one thing behind closed doors, but in real life, it's you have to tag along.
And I could go on and on, Aruna. I could go on and on.
Well, they say who feels it knows it. You're in it, so you're in a better position than me to speak. It's not everything you see on the surface. Trust me, sometimes you have lally and green water and how do you call it? What's the thing that is called if you put your foot in it and grand green and all kind of thing below the water? It looks nice and blue on top, but below the water murky.
So the year when Miney won road match, how you felt about that judgment?
Which 100,000 jab? Masqueraders. What was that song again?
You don't even remember the song. Road match song is song people don't forget.
I know this song. I'm trying to remember what song it was in contention with for road match. What was the other song? 100,000 masqueraders.
You remember Jab on Sesame Street?
That was There's a Jab on Sesame Street. Yeah, I remember that song. So you're trying to say that song beat Miney?
No, I ain't saying it beat Miney. That was a road match song too. Miney was a road match song.
Oh, nah man, Miney win man.
Okay.
Mine ain't even for
No,
you.
I ain't saying no. The
Nah,
judge's
man.
decision is final. But
Nah, man. That DJ and them beat by any song by every judging
the
points.
judge, that's what I'm going and get to. The judge's decision is final. But I feel like the joy of music supposed to be from the time you play and how you feel when you dance. It shouldn't be when you reach by the judging point. We play a particular song right here. And that is why I see that done to Black Adam and Give Boys with the road match. Because I sing from Tantin come down, you know. I sing my little horn song.
Ring warm. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Ring
I
warm.
sing my little mash up the phone. But I know I'm not a competitor. So I choose the spots where it's fun time. So after you pass Tropicana, I jump on the truck and I catch them coming down Port Highway. But I know the judging point is right there. And in my honest opinion, I swear Black Adam had the road match. So I give him the mic. I see Wagiti take it from him. He make a comment. He big up his sponsors. He big up who he had to big up. Boys, he up here from nowhere. He was nowhere wrong. And they start to play his song and give him the mic. So that is how road match is judged. That's how you get a road match in Grenada. I see the same thing happen with Wrong Again.
Yeah.
I
No,
listen
no,
and
yeah,
wa-
yeah,
I
Wrong
listen
Again.
one of the biggest DJ on the mic saying this is the 3 songs we working with at the judging point. And he played them back to back, which was Bacchanal Party, Rooney J, and one of Tyra Rang Takatang. So if you have a schedule list of song to play by the judging point, then what does road match really mean?
It's the bands tell the DJs. I'm not sure. I think I heard somebody saying that the bands tell the DJs what the 3 songs are to play when you get to the judging point or something like that. Or
I
what
could
is
see the
song?
3 songs you want to hear the most
Most,
because you would enjoy that in the band. But you cannot determine. That is unfair to every other artist. That is unfair to the patrons. There's people who buy $1,000 costume and in the band just waiting to hear one particular song and jump up whole night and don't hear their favorite
You know,
song.
what I decided to do with the band that I'm part of is to, and somebody gave me that suggestion, put a box and have people write the names of the songs. 3 songs. And then at the end of it, go through all of them and tally the 3 songs with the most amount of requests. And see how that pans out.
But it confuses. So things like that discourage artists. Things like that keep away some. Things like that make some afraid to embrace and be their true self. You know what I'm saying? It have a chain reaction. You may not see it in the instant moment, but there is a chain reaction. Look at Baraka, one of the baddest soca artists.
Soca
And they
Calypso
press him
is
so
very,
much
very
till he
good.
just leave it and go in Calypso. He just decided, okay, let me leave a little fight up over here. And he's one of the best.
Somebody say also jab on Tombstone. Where's Mandela this year? I haven't talked to Mandela this year. Yeah, Mandela is missing this year. Didn't hear from Mandela at all this year.
I guess they probably a little silent him too because he just say a lot of things when he ready.
Listen.
But there's a group of guys, and what's so nice about it, and what I'm so happy about, generation changes. And that's what I fail to realize. And it's generation change that really saved me. Because if I was there depending on these guys in position to see me, the disrespect that comes with it, the approach that comes with it is very unprofessional. Very, very unprofessional.
Boy, a lot of somebody said me I had to come bring it back on my personal life from 6 so you could call name and free up yourself. I realize you're censoring. That's a good idea. Because Skinny has a lot to say, trust and believe, but we don't have all the time for him to say everything he needs to say. And nothing here is personal. Everybody has a right to their opinion on how he feels. I mean, he's the one in it. He's the one who experienced it. So I can't tell him how to feel or how he shouldn't feel or what he should say or shouldn't say about whatever he's experienced. And I think that is the problem with us. We always want to tell people how they should feel and how they should react to something that affects them personally based on who we like, who we following, who we supporting. And that should not be. We should be able to respect everybody's opinion across the board, respective of who you like and who you're a fan of, you know? And that is what keeps us in this position where it looks like we're not moving, we're like stagnant, we're just here. Because we don't like criticism. We don't like people to criticize people that we like. So how are we gonna grow? How are we gonna... So that's why everybody just be like, you know what? Let me just go in my corner and hush my mouth. And people just fall off the scene and, you know what? I'm not taking part. I don't care. I don't want to... Don't involve me. Don't for the same reason. We like to crucify people for having an opinion and having their personal, it's their experience. I can't fault a man for his experience. I didn't experience it. I'm not an artist. I'm in my room doing my thing and I do my thing. So, morning.
Morning, Aruna.
Hi, morning.
I'm not going to say my name, my sobriquet, but I really want to say to your guests, this is something that I experienced personally 12 years ago. And let me tell you, Aruna, I wrote a song for the road. And that song, I ain't saying it was a win, but it had a nice vibes because mass bands were calling me for road mix. And I felt a certain way until I got a phone call. Well, not really a phone. I was in a conversation with someone. And the person said, don't feel your song winning the road match, you know. And my song stopped playing on the radio. And I stopped singing after that.
Oh, wow.
And just a few weeks ago, I was telling some guys about that because there was a certain conversation. They didn't even know I used to sing. Some might know, some didn't know. And that is what I experienced. I told close people to me, but I feel comfortable saying it. Because it doesn't really matter now. My career is different, everything that I do is different. But that was the experience that I had. It literally stopped playing. It literally stopped playing. That was the most painful thing I could have gone through.
Okay.
Because it was a good feeling, and then it just went to like quicksand. Anyhow, I say
Got
enough.
you. Alrighty. Thanks much. Okay. Anyways, you're getting ready to go. Remember tomorrow, Skinny, you're gonna be on pre-day, right?
Yeah.
It's alright. So we're gonna see you on the stage. Anything else before we go?
Yeah, I just want to big up all the artists. Put your best foot forward Friday and Sunday. And may the best person win, you know. Judges' decision is final. I have who I represent. I have who I go be jumping up for, you know, the thing go. I feel like my life dirty this year, so you go. But you're back and all. Also big up Blacker Than. I feel like that one of the best Hun song I hear since.
Put you wrong again. Yes, agreed. It's a real song. Our blessings big. Trust me.
Big up to everybody on live. Big up to everybody who tune in. And make sure you follow me on Instagram, follow me on Twitter, follow me on MySpace, High Five. Anyway, you could follow me. Just keep following me.
High five, Renian. Just look for Skinny Banton. Everywhere.
Keep making good music, you know. Just keep supporting. Every support matters.
You got to. Skinny, a pleasure as always, man. Now, I figure we had to do a Skinny on uncut. We had to do a Skinny uncut.
Big up Can't Stop.
On my personal page, for real.
Big up Jambalassi.
We're organized. Club Aruna. Alright, thank you so much, Skinny. Thank you so much, Beacon Insurance, Care of Domerman and Western Union for making today possible. And we'll be back tomorrow. Remember, it's all about pre-day. So you know what we do on Wednesdays, alright? I don't need to say more. I'll see you guys then for another one. Yeah, we're gonna do a Club Aruna. Skinny uncut. Later, y'all.
When all the girls them come out